Hey, it's Tanya, and I'm here again doing a layout using the July Hip kits. And as you can see, I'm doing a photo strip. It's not a new idea. I've seen several people do it, and the one that springs to mind immediately is Tracy Banks, Mercy Tiara. She's got, I think, well, I know she's got a video on it. So if you want to see how she does it and explains it, please check her out. Otherwise, it's really not that difficult. You shove a couple of photos onto a 4x6 and cut them up and make a strip. So that is an offcut from a previous layout, and I was thinking, can I incorporate that in? Can I make this look, groovy? And, you know how they're teenagers, they're 17-year-olds there, so you want the layout to convey an idea of, oh my gosh, you know what I sound like? I sound like those people who aren't very good at, art. Well, like me, and you go to an art exhibit and you're standing in front of this painting and you can't understand a word of it and you kind of make up this absolute hogwash. That's pretty much what I was doing. Sorry, people. Let's backtrack and start again, shall we? Hi. So yes, what I am doing is I did want to convey an element of funkiness to this layout because they are teenagers and they were doing these really cute selfies. So that is what I was thinking of, and I'm using the 4x6 cards because I don't do traditional pocket life or project life, although I am doing the Traveler's Notebook now, but I do really enjoy incorporating project life type style of goodies onto my traditional 12x12 layouts. And the frames that came in these kits, they're really nice. They're Heidi Swap, but they're quite big. So I thought, let me cut them up a bit and just add them to my layers that I got going on there. And I don't know, I'm sure you must find this. You get the perfect layering going. And you love it, and then you pick it up and you start to glue it all together, and then you can't remember how you had it in the first place, so you have to kind of start all over again. That's pretty much what happened to me there. So the layers aren't quite the same as how I had them, but I like it in the end. And that diagonal, well, slightly skew piece of paper in the background, that does not stay there. Oh, the glue. Why is there always glue? I'm forever rubbing off glue. Although I have to say, the ATG glue does rub off very nicely, so it's not usually a problem. And I'm fiddling a bit with these layers because I'm trying to get that colour on the right hand side to show a bit more. And tiny attaching the frames there because they had a bit of a gap. I don't like gaps, no. And I'm thinking, does that piece of paper work like that? And then I decide no, it doesn't. And live and learn. Shimmer's paint does not go through a stencil very nicely. Most of it ends up on top of the stencil and doesn't go through the little openings. Did not know that. Well, I suppose if I'd thought about it, I might have worked it out, but I have to trial and error. But I don't now I'm just really going for it because I'm working out that it's not working very well, so I'm hoping if I smush enough through, some of the paint is going to come through. And it does, and I actually quite like it because it adds another bit of that sort of, I'm going to use funky again because I can't think of a decent synonym for it, but it adds that element to the page, which is what I'm going for. And now I'm just putting it everywhere. because I've got some of that paint there that I need to use up. Oh, and I gotta say, I find them a little difficult to splatter with these shimmers. Are they the brand is Shimmers, isn't it? Yes. These sprays. And then I worked out, okay, if you tap it really hard, then it actually comes out a bit more. So, yeah. I do like this paper. It's an exclusive designed by Kim Watson, and because I've got the background is white, and I figured it needed a frame. And then I did a little trick that I know Arit does, and I'm pretty sure she got it from Vilna, where you just do a little bit of punching in the corners and you rough it up a bit so that you can see the background through. Very nifty little trick, and it works like a treat. And yeah, those punches are quite nice, but a little difficult sometimes. And then I battled to cut. I don't know, me and cutting, it's a sorry state. So now I'm just roughing it up. And that adds, again, an element of interest and grooviness. Let's try groovy instead of funky. Element of grooviness, and then my ATG ran out, so I had to use normal glue. Oh, it's hard being a scrapbooker sometimes, it really is. So there I've got my main element on there, and now I'm going with the title, and that is The Embrace Life and The Play actually are both from Paige Evans's collection. I'm not going to tell you which one because I can't remember. But I liked the circular element on there, and I liked the fact that the colour of the play tied in with some of the colour scheme going on. So I went with Embrace Life and Always Take Time to Play, because we should. Yeah, I'm starting to make these titles mean something. One day when she's looking through the albums, maybe she'll say, "Oh, Mum was trying to tell me something there." I was thinking of backing that circle with something just to highlight it a bit more, but I didn't like it, so I didn't go with it. And now it's just a matter of putting some more elements on the page to add interest. And I love arrows, so I thought the arrow worked perfectly down there because it's directing you back to the photograph. That's kind of a design element, isn't it, when you direct the person around the page? I think so anyway. Then I wanted to bring in a little bit of the orange, but I cover that up in the end, so that, well, no, I move it, I lie. So I am putting little bits around to to give it interest and add in a few phrases, because I don't journal on my pages much. I use the title to pretty much say everything I want to say, but I do like to incorporate little phrases or words as well, because it looks nice. Yes, and then I'm thinking, okay, I need to bring in a bit more of the green, because I've got the always of the green, but now I can't work out what. So then I decide, yes, a little green heart. Teeny tiny bit of an element, and that is an acrylic shape, and it is super pretty, but because it's very pale or see-through, I needed to back some more white there so that it would shine up, it will show. And that's what I was doing there. So I got rid of the orange tab, which I used somewhere else, I think, and just put in another white tab there, so that now you see, perfect, you can see the noted now, and I'm just gluing it down nicely. Oh, look, put it there. Oh, clever girl. And I don't think much more. Oh, yes, this is when I'm thinking, okay, I need something at the top. And I like that Hello Memories, and I like the yellow, but the shape of it wasn't right. And then I'm thinking frames. Come on, it's got to be frames. So I try a bunch of the frames, and I go back to the yellow one, because there's too much black already with the background paper, and that shape of that frame is not big enough. So then I think, oh yes, absolutely, the yellow one works. And nah, I don't like that on there, so I take that away. And then I think, okay, this is working for me. I'm liking it, because it's difficult to tell how it's going to look sometimes before you cut it off. I battle to visualize, if I've got the whole thing on there, how it's going to look once you cut it, away from the paper. And then I thought, oh yes, let's put it down there as well, because that actually just finishes it off beautifully. I was very proud of myself. I actually love this layout. I really do. I think it conveys everything I wanted it to convey. So thank you for watching, and I'm hoping you're having a wonderful day and that you're going to get your craft on, and we will chat again soon. Bye bye.